Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Please ensure to like, share, and subscribe. And also click the bell notification in the top right-hand corner to be made aware anytime I upload tutorials or videos to YouTube. All right, let's craft together. Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing sublimation on these leaf earrings. These leaf earrings I purchased off of Amazon, and they actually come with the thin plastic coating on top that you have to peel off. And I think I've already trashed it, but I've already peeled the plastic, and the plastic is going to be on both sides of the earring blank. So I'm going to show you how you can decorate these for Juneteenth or pretty much any holiday, just following some simple steps in Microsoft PowerPoint. Okay, so we're going to be sublimating on the front and the back side of these earrings, and then we'll put the metal pieces in. Now I'm going to do the pierced metal piecings with you, but I'm going to go back on my own time and put in the clip because these are going to be mine. I need some good old clip earrings. Excuse me. So without further ado, we're going to jump into Microsoft PowerPoint, but I want you to know that these are not leaf earrings that you can just walk in the store and purchase unless you have a local shop that sells sublimation blanks. These are sublimation blanks. For this particular project, you're going to need your blank. You're also going to need sublimation paper. I'm using a sub 8.5 by 11. You're also going to need heat tape. I would highly recommend that you use heat gloves. I'm going to be using my heat press, and I'm going to be printing this out using my Epson Workforce 7720. Okay, so you'll also need either butcher paper, Teflon sheets, or either just regular copy paper to catch any of the blowout from sublimating on the front and back of these. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and jump into Microsoft PowerPoint without further ado. All right, here we are inside Microsoft PowerPoint. So I want to make my my earring is actually, the blank is actually 3 inches long, and it's a little bit under an inch wide based on the kind of, funny shape of the leaf. So we're going to make a rectangular shape, or we're going to make our output for our sublimation blank at 5.29 by 1.7 because the sizing runs small in Microsoft PowerPoint. So we want to make sure that we have the size large enough to cover our sublimation blank so that our sublimation blank is completely covered. Okay, so I'm going to show you 3 different patterns. You want to make sure that you're using the colors from, Juneteenth. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy an image from Google, and I'm going to use that as my template. Okay. So give me 1 second here. Okay. Now this image that I'm going to be using has a watermark over it, but I'm only taking the color, so that's not going to be an issue. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our menu, and we're going to select Insert and Shape, and we're going to take this rectangle. Now, Microsoft PowerPoint, you notice I have this little, it's called a crosshair, but it looks like a plus sign on my screen. When you insert a shape, you want to click and drag, okay? And that's going to put your shape on the screen. Now, remember I said we want to make this shape 5.29 by 1.7. So we're going to right click it, and we're going to use the size and position from the format shape over here. You do have the sizing here, but we want to be able to make sure the lock aspect ratio and relative to original picture size is not selected, and it's not, okay? So we want to make our height 5.29. So we're just going to type in 5.29, and then we're going to make the width 1.7. Okay, so that's our size that we're going to be using. Now, what we want to do, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to use this as our size template, okay, to use the other templates to make sure that we have the right sizing, okay? So the first thing I want you to do, or the next thing I want you to do, is to go back to Insert, and I want you to go back to Shape and take another rectangle, and just make that rectangle, kind of small, but we want to make sure that we can get at least 4 of these rectangles to make the size of this larger rectangle, okay? So we're going to just click it and copy, and then click and paste, and we're going to drag that underneath the first one, and now all you have to do is paste because you already have it copied, okay? So now we have 4 shapes. The reason for that, I'm going to show you here in just a moment. Just stick with me. The next shape that we're going to do is we're going to go back to Insert, Shape, and again, we're going to take that same rectangle, and this time we're going to click, but we're going to drag down because we want a long rectangular, like a long rectangle, okay? And then we're going to copy it, and we're going to paste it 4 times right next to the other one, and we're going to paste because we already have it copied. And we're going to copy it again. Now, we have a line around each one of these shapes, so we're going to remove it. So I want you to click in the white space and just highlight each one of the shapes. Come down to where your format shape is, where it says line, and select no line. And that's going to remove that line from each one of those. And that way you don't have to do them separately. Now we have the shapes that we need for the 3 different earring templates, and we'll worry about the correct sizing to what we want here in just a moment. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the colors from this image and place them here, okay, so we can make sure we have the right colors. So we're going to click that first rectangle. We're going to come over to Format Shape, Solid Fill. We're going to click on Color and select Eyedropper. When you select Eyedropper, you're going to choose one of the 4 colors from your image. So I'm going to go with the black. And you're going to do the same thing with the next 3 colors. Go over to your Solid Fill, Color, Eyedropper, and you're going to take your next color. And let's go with red. And then we're going to take the green. And then we're going to take the yellow. And all I'm doing is clicking the color that I want from the image that I'm not going to be using. So now I have all 4 of my colors, okay? So I can basically take this now and delete it. It's no use for it, okay? Now you can do these colors whichever way you choose. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to come to our first rectangle, the long ones, and we're going to take and we're going to get those same colors. Now, if you look here up under recent colors, it's going to show you your 4 colors right here because we just used them. I'm going to go ahead and select the black for that first one. And then I'm going to go back to color, recent color. I'm going to select the green, or actually I want the red. I want the red next. And then I want the green. And then the gold. There we go. So now we have two templates for our earrings. Okay. This last one, we're going to actually use gradient, and we're going to use the 4 colors to make up our gradient here. So we're going to come over to, instead of solid fill, you're going to select gradient. And you can see I've already done this before, but I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete each one of these. Okay. So it's going to make us, you have to have at least 2. All right. So working with gradients, we want to have 4 gradient stops, and these little things are called gradient stops. If you don't have 4, then you can click this little icon right here, and it says add gradient stop. You click twice or however many times you need to get 4 gradients on your screen. And the 4 gradients are just the 4 different colors, or to replicate the 4 different colors. Okay, so now you can see under gradient stops, I have 4 of them. So the first one, I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to come down to color, and I'm going to go back to recent colors, and I'm going to take the black. And then I'm going to click on the second gradient stop. I'm going to come down to color, and I'm going to select the next color, which I'm going to use red. Then I'm going to click on the third gradient stop. I'm going to come down to color, and I'm going to choose the green. And then I'm going to come to the fourth gradient stop, and I'm going to go with the gold. Okay. So now I have, I think I chose black right there. It looks really not what I wanted. Hold on. Let me just make sure. Okay, that was okay. That's why. This one did not pick up black. So let's do this. Let's go eyedropper and black. And let me just make sure it says black now. All right, let's go back. Okay, look like I got some dark gray from somewhere. So apparently that image did not have black. It was a gray. So I'm going to click on each one of my things here and make sure that they say black, because it is black and not dark gray. All I'm doing is just making sure that each one of these is black and not green. And then I'm going to go back to that third gradient stop and make sure it's dark green. Okay, there we go. All right, so you can play with this, guys. With your gradients, you can come here where it says type, and you can select linear, and then, or the drop down arrow, and you can change that around from linear, to radial, to rectangular, or to path, and that'll give you all of your colors from your image. I'm gonna leave mine. I think I'm gonna go with, I kind of like this radial, but then I like the rectangle too. I think I'm gonna leave it on linear. All right, so we have it on linear. You can also change the direction of your gradient. So here's your direction. So all you have to do is just click on whichever one you want. And notice that my patterns are changing. Oh, I kind of like that one. I might stick with that one. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So that's how your different colors will look. I think I'm going to stick with this one, the fourth one. I think I like that. All right. So now you have all of your colors. Now we want to make sure that we make our templates the same size, so that they will fill our earrings. So we're going to end up needing 4 of each one, okay? Because you need 2 for the front earring or the first earring, which is front and back, and then 2 for the second part of the earring, which is front and back. So we're going to say copy and paste. So that's 1. And I only space mine out to where I have a little bit of white space so that I'll know where my cut goes. So that's 1. Bum, bum. So now I got 1 pair of earring templates ready. On this one, we're going to highlight everything. We're going to right click and group. Okay. Once we get that grouped together, we're going to go ahead and we're going to click to bring that down like that. And so now we have that sizing taken care of. And we want to make sure that we have the height and the width. So now we're going to drag it over to account for height and width. And we're going to make 3 more of these. And we're going to bring this one down out of the way. So no matter what direction you want these to go, and you can also switch up the way the colors are going, so you don't have to have black first and red and green. You can do it however you so choose. And we're going to take this one and click outside and group it. And now we're going to bring this one up to make sure we get the right height. Okay. And you can even drag these in to make them thinner. And hold on, that gold needs to go over a little bit. I don't want any white showing in between the earring. All right, so I'm going to take this one and I'm going to copy it and paste. And I'm going to put it right beside the other one, like that. And then you can group these 2 together just by highlighting both of them. I'm just clicking in the white space and clicking to cover both of them. I'm going to right click and group. And now you just want to make sure that the thickness is right. I'm measuring the thickness off of the other earrings. And you want to make sure that the height is right. All right, so now we got our height. And we're going to make this copy and paste it 3 times. Because remember, you need 4 templates or 4 of these to make a pair of earrings. I picked up the wrong one right there, but it's all gravy, baby. It's all gravy, baby. Okay, and then we're going to paste another. So now we have where we can make 3 pairs of earrings with 3 different patterns. Okay. I'm going to be printing these out on my, like I said, Asa paper, but I'm going to be using this one. I like this one better. I kind of like this one too, but I think I won't do this one. I think I won't. Okay. All right. So you don't have to worry about mirroring anything. You are ready to print. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to load my Asa paper into my Epson Workforce 7720. And give me 1 second here. All right, I got my paper loaded. And I'm going to print this out by selecting File, Print. And you want to make sure it's on the current slide, because if you have more than one something decorated or more than one slide with images and text and things on it, it'll print out the entire deck and you don't want that. So you want to make sure that you select File, print and click this drop down arrow and select print current slide, which I already had mine on, but I'm just showing you how you can change it. And then we're going to go and we're going to change this to the Epson Workforce 7720, which is right here. I need to cancel this document. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. I had printed something earlier and I need to cancel it out. Give me 1 moment. I'm just canceling that print. Give me 1 moment, guys. Okay. All right, so I just canceled that document from printing. So it is deleting it. All right, so now I can go in and print this page. So we're going to make sure that this says Epson Workforce 7720, which is here. Oh, I selected the fax machine, guys. Hold on 1 second. Here we go. All right, so I have this on paper cassette 1, letter 8.5 by 11 size paper, and I want my quality to be at the or my plain paper, my quality settings to be set at quality, and then my additional settings, I'm going to remove high speed, and it's going to print from paper cassette 1, so everything else looks good. I'm going to go ahead and hit OK and print. I'm going to print this out, and then I'm going to bring myself up on screen so we can go to the heat press. All right, guys, we're going to get ready to start here. My heat press is still heating up. So what we're going to do is I have a piece of butcher paper that I'm laying here, and I'm going to lay both earrings flat down with the paper side facing upward, okay? And we're going to take and I'm going to fold this paper in half so that way I don't have to worry about putting another sheet of paper on top. So I just took a piece of butcher paper, cut it small enough, fold it in half, and that's how we're going to be pressing here in just a moment. All right, give me 1 second. I'm grabbing my heat gloves. Now you always got to protect yourself with your heat gloves. So I always put one on my left hand so that I can still operate my camera with my right hand. Alright, I think my heat press is about ready. Give me 1 minute. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start to press. And when I get down to about 5 seconds, I'm going to bring you back I'll bring you back so we can do the reveal together. All right, we got about 5 seconds here. Again, make sure you're using some heat gloves because this baby is going to be super duper hot. Too hot for you to pick up with your hand, bare hand. Oh, that is so pretty. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Oh my God, I love it. All right, so that's one. And that's two. Okay, so we got both of the front side done. Now we're going to do the opposite side, and I'm going to have to take my gloves off for just a second. I'm going to go ahead and lay my butcher paper down, and I'm going to go ahead and prep for the other two. So the good thing is all of my prep work has been done. I already have these already cut out. So all I have to do is just line them up and tape them. So give me 1 second. So I'm just taping down. Okay, so that one is ready. I'm going to do the same thing with the other. Just putting the tape on. Okay, so I got both taped down now. I'm going to fold that paper over. Just like that. And we're going to go ahead and press again for 60 seconds. And I will bring you back when we're about 5 minutes in. All right, we're about 5 seconds in. Go ahead and cut that off. So this butcher paper, once you use it, you cannot use it again. So you may as well get it ready for the trash along with the rest of the paper. And it looks like I kind of got short right there, but I'll fix it. And that one came out pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my press back on. This is where your sublimation marker or pen would come in handy, because then you could just go down the side. But I'm going to take and I'm going to match up the little part that's missing right there to fix that, because I don't want that white. So I'm going to do that, and then we're going to put the metal parts on together. Okay, so there we have both of our sublimation earrings. All right guys, so here are the earrings that we just made. And I'm going to grab my needle nose pliers, and we're going to take and we're going to slide the needle nose pliers into the metal piece and pop that onto the earring, being careful not to scratch your earring. And there is earring number 1. Okay, isn't that beautiful? And just how easy it is, we're just going to do the same thing. Put your needle nose pliers in, open them up like that. You're going to pop your earring inside that hole, close them up, and there you have your second earring. And now you have a pair of beautiful earrings that you have created yourself, and they are gorgeous. So we're going to take put one there, put one there, and there is your pair of beautifully sublimated Juneteenth earrings. All right, so you saw me walk through the entire process on how you can do this yourself. There's no reason for you to pay anyone for a template to create earrings. I've shown you how to make 3 different templates to create your very own earrings, and no one never would have known how you started this template to get this look. All right, guys, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. If you're currently subscribed to my YouTube channel, thank you guys so much for the support and love via YouTube. If you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel and this is your first time seeing me teach a tutorial on how to do something, and you like my method of teaching, then please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you are currently following me on Facebook and my group Candoris's Cricut and Creative Crafters, and I would like to thank you guys so much for the love and support that you're showing me via Facebook. If you would like to join my Facebook group where I'm able to do one-on-ones with people when they need help and assistance, which always comes in handy from time to time for people, then you can join my Facebook group, which is a private group, and it is called Candoris's Cricut and Creative Crafters. All right, guys, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. And you know, my motto is each one reach one so that each one can teach one. And you guys have a great day. Bye.